So I went to see him yesterday, Friday morning, and he was absolutely perfect. He was joking with the nurses, joking with the doctor. She was absolutely smitten with him. So I had to come home because I had my Tesco's delivery already booked. So I came home, so I was there from like 9 till 12, and then I was home from 12 till 3. So I went back at 3, and he was completely different. He didn't know he was in hospital. I had to keep explaining it. He was asking my son to go upstairs and get him something from his room. He just didn't know where he was, but he was all right, and I'd just keep repeating and explaining. And he wasn't too bad, and he had something to eat then. And then, so we went home about 6:30, and then I got a call from Sheila. He called her, and then I rang the hospital, and they said that he was really agitated, and he kept pulling his catheter out and things like that. So then I rang him and I said I'll speak to him, and he was just saying that all he needs is a pair of scissors to cut the catheter out. And so I said to the nurse when I got handed back to her, shall I come in? And she was like, well, you don't have to, but you can. So I got back in the car, another 40 minutes, and he didn't know where he was. He wanted me to call the police. He said that he's being held against his will and it's not right. And he said if I had a box of matches, I would burn the catheter out. Then he kind of calmed down from being agitated, but he was saying, I really need to go for a wee. And I said, just go for a wee, Dad, because you've got a catheter in. By this time there's blood in his wee because he's been knocking it. So I said, just go for a wee. And he'd say, well, I'm going to wet the bed. And I'd say, good, just do it because you've got a catheter in. And I'd show him the tube and I'd say, look, there's wee in here. And I'd show him the bag and I'd say, look, there's wee in the bag. And he was like, oh, I'm just going to do it then. And then he'd go, oh, that's so much better. And then literally breathe, 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 breathe. I need to go to the loo. I need to get up. And it would just start over again. We did this about, 20 times. In the end, I got him settled and he actually went to sleep when I was there. So that's when I came home. And I was thinking, oh, I bet they're going to ring me in the night. I actually don't know why they can't give him like a sedative or something. I don't know. I asked and they said, oh, we don't do that. I'm sure that happens. But anyway, I don't know. So it's the next day after that now, and he rang me. I got him a mobile phone when Sheila was in hospital, like one of those big button ones. He still shit on it, but anyway. So he rang me and he sounded all right. He sounded like he sounded yesterday morning, and that was just really nice. He didn't say anything much. It was just nice to hear him talk like that. And then a little while after that, I got a call from the hospital and I just thought, oh, here we go. But they said that the doctor had seen him. He'd asked them to ring me. The doctor had seen him and he's going for his hip operation today. And then he must have rang Sheila, his girlfriend, off his phone. And she didn't know if he wanted her to tell me or anyway. So she rang me back and told me what the hospital had just told me. So that's it. I'm off to the hospital. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing this outfit. I love this outfit. It's my flowery, no, it's not flowery. It's got butterflies on it. All the specks are all different colour butterflies. I picked this up in the Shein sale. I've got it on with a pair of Primark ripped jeans. They're supposed to be skinny ones, but as you know, Mike got weird skinny legs, so they're more of a relaxed fit, and I don't mind that. I've got it on with my cherry red New Look boots, and I'm carrying my red Michael Kors as well. I don't know whether to actually, I might change my bag to a crossbody one. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, it's Sunday morning. Popping on to show you what I'm wearing. I've got this top on that is from Shein. It's just got the elasticated waist. It's got a cold shoulder, and I'm not a big fan of cold shoulders, I have to admit, but anyway. So this is from Shein. I've got it on with my Shein skinny jeggings on. I've got those white shoes with the mustard on that I picked up from everything £5 recently, and I'm carrying my little Michael Kors with the scarf that's interwoven through it. Off to the hospital. It was a bit of a palaver yesterday. Dad had his operation, so he had, what day? Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. they gave him a sandwich, and then he didn't have anything else. Now he was supposed to be having his, I know you can't when you're having an anaesthetic, but he was supposed to be having his operation at 2. He didn't have an operation till 5, and he was still in the recovery room at 9. So that is 24, 25, 30 hours with nothing to eat, and he's 95 in July, so he's 94 3/4. I was just so stressed out, and I was stressed out that he spent a long time in recovery as well. But the hospital rang me this morning, and he's okay, so that's where I'm going now. I'm going to go and see him. Take care, my loves. Bye bye. Good morning. Happy Bank Holiday Monday. I'm popping on to show you what I'm wearing. I've got the shirt on from Sainsbury's TU. You've seen this outfit before. It's kind of weird weather. I was a bit cold yesterday with what I was wearing. It's not as nice as it was on Saturday. It was beautiful. So I've got this obviously long sleeve shirt on, my blue navy blue jeggings from Shein. I've got my faithful little Primark Sparkly Heel boots and my Michael Kors tan and white shopper. I'm off to see Dad. He had his operation on Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. So yesterday I went to see him, and he was a bit moany in the morning. Like I said, how are you? Oh, not good. For no reason. He was just miserable. And so I was going to go and see him that evening, and then it came to around 4 o'clock, and he rang me, and he kept ringing my uncle, and he was just so loopy. He was saying that he's not actually in a hospital, the people aren't trained, they are doing this to him, they're trying to make him have drugs, they're doing just... Anyway, so I went in earlier than I was planning to, and he was still at it. He was being like horrible about the staff, saying there's a nurse there, a guy nurse, and he was saying, see him, he's not even trained, and he was trying to do this, and it's I know he can't help it, but it's just cringe. And then he's in a ward, honestly, it's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. There's a guy next to him who was saying, if you touch me, I'm going to punch you in the neck, to the nurses, and he was trying to kick them with his good leg. There was another guy opposite. He was very quiet. He literally lay like he was in a coffin with his blanket up to here, and he never moved. And then there was another one directly opposite my dad, and he was all hunched up, and he got a pillow on, instead of having a pillow here behind his bed, he had a pillow here at the side, and he had all his covers up, and there was just like a hole, like a cave. And then when they would say no, I mean, the guy opposite, he wet his bed, and so they were trying to change him. So he was saying no, and they were saying, come on, John, we've got to change your bed. And my dad was saying, listen, they're torturing him. And I said, no, they're not, he's pissed the bed, which I have to shout because he's deaf. I mean, hopefully the others are deaf as well. But it was really, it was horrible. And then by the end of it, I just had to keep repeating myself. He was saying, are you going to take me home now? If you love me, you take me home. And I said, no, you've just had a hip operation. You can't come home. And he said to me, your thinking is puerile. Honestly, he was horrible. So by the end of it, he had calmed himself down, and he was all right again. Lewis, my son, came with me, and we went and got him a chicken sandwich. He'd refused his dinner, which is never good with him. All the nurses say no to this, but when he doesn't eat, he goes crazy. I don't know if it's to do with his blood sugar. I don't know what it is, but if I can get, that's why I come home when we're both here, and I always do his lunch, because if I can keep regular food in him and hydration, he doesn't go like that, because he has been like that before when Sheila was in hospital, and it was the stress of it set him off. So anyway, by the time we went home, he was all right, and then I was really dreading the night. I mean, I'm super tired. I know I'm not doing a great deal, you know, but going up and down to the hospital a couple of times a day, I'm just exhausted. So I slept all night, which isn't like me anyway, and I was glad that he hadn't rang me during the night. Getting him that phone was one of the worst things I've done. But anyway, he rang me on it this morning when I was getting ready now, and he's absolutely fine. He's perfect. He knew how to use the phone. He wasn't saying I'm not in hospital. He was really good. So it is 9:45 now. So I'm going to go off and see him at the hospital now, because I'm going early because his friend's going to go in the afternoon, which will give me like an afternoon sort of 12 till 6 break, and then I can go in the evening. So that's what I'm going to do. Lewis, do you want to come on and show people what you're wearing? No, he doesn't. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Popping on to show you what I'm wearing. Got the pyjama top on from Matalan. The one with the kind of white piping and the white flowers. Got my thermal vest on underneath because it's a bit chilly. Got my black jeggings on from Shein, and my black buckle boots that were from Primark. Carrying my black and white Michael Kors shopper that's actually empty at the moment, but I'm just about to put my insert into it. Went to see Dad yesterday. I saw him in the morning and then late afternoon, and he was much better. When I got there in the morning, he was asleep, and his speech was a bit slurred and he couldn't quite come to. But you know, he's only a couple of days after an operation, and he has had a lot of kind of medication as well, and probably, I don't know how long anaesthetic stays in your body, but anyway, he was fine. And then I went and saw him in the evening, and he was absolutely perfect. He was just like my normal dad. Ridiculously flirting with the nurses and making them all giggle, and just really good. The only thing is that he hasn't, that they like them to do some walking. I saw him stand up and get from the chair to the bed, but he should be doing more steps by now, because they get you moving on a new hip almost immediately, but his blood pressure's still dangerously low, so they can't risk him standing and falling again, so he's not doing much walking. But I'm off to work. I am a bit worried about going to work. You know, I feel like it's further in the opposite direction, so I feel like I'm a long way away, but luckily my son's off this week, so he's going to go and see him in the morning, and then I can go in the afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, Wednesday morning. Popping on to show you what I'm wearing. I have got this jumper on. This is really old from Primark. It's got the anchor. These are, I don't know if you can see. This is a kind of stitched on little metallic discs in the shape of an anchor. It's in cream. It's got a low scoop neck, and it's got stripes around the back. The stripes are navy blue. I've got a blue camisole on underneath from Primark as well. My skinny jeggings from Shein. My blue sparkly heel boots. These were from Primark, and I'm carrying my navy Michael Kors with the navy and white scarf woven through it. Shall I give you a quick dad update? He was really good yesterday. He walked with his frame. His blood pressure is still low, but it's gone up a little bit. So they're allowing him to start his physio. So someone with orange trousers walking past. So he did some walk. He walked to the bathroom. He wasn't at all crazy yesterday. He was a bit fed up, but I think in the evening his friend came, so that cheered him up. But yeah, he's doing really well, so I'm looking forward to seeing him after I finish work. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, Thursday morning. Popping on to show you what I'm wearing. I've got this top on. It's quite recent. I picked it up from Everything £5. Got it on with my black Shein skinny jeggings and my boots from Primark with the buckle. Carrying my black Michael Kors. Can't remember. I can't remember which one it is. And I'm off to work. Update on Dad. He's doing well with his walking. They came to look at his, they probably looked at it before, but the surgeons came to look at his scar, and they were pleased with that. but he's still just being loopy. I went to bed early-ish last night. He woke me up at 10 to 10 ringing the home phone. He must have remembered that number off by heart. And he was telling me that he was in a completely different town and can I come and get him, and I don't understand what's going on, and he's just got all these nutty conspiracy theories when he's having a loopy moment. So haven't heard from him yet this morning, so we'll just have to see how it is today when I go and see him. See you tomorrow. Good morning, Friday morning, popping on to show you what I'm wearing. I've got this kind of smock top on. It's got the big frill around here. This is in like Bordelais Anglaise. Probably can't see it from there. I got this from Primark a year or two ago, I can't remember now. Got my ever faithful skinny jeggings on from Shein. I've got my white low heel kitten slingbacks on, can't talk this morning, slingbacks on that I got from Primark last year. Love these shoes. I'm carrying my black and white Michael Kors shopper and I'm off to work. Update on Dad. After a dreadful night the night before, it turns out that, you know, I said he rang me and was telling me he was being held hostage and he was in another town and things. He also rang his brother at 10, 11:30 and 3 a.m. So he had a really bad night of it. I think he kept the other patients up and everything. But yesterday he was much, much better. I don't quite know why they keep fiddling about with his drugs, but whatever he was on yesterday, I hope they keep him on that. He was really good. He was doing the crossword. He was absolutely fine. My son went to see him in the morning. I went to see him in the afternoon. And then a family friend went to see him in the evening and he was perfect all of that time. So fingers crossed he's on the right path now to stay like that. And that's it. It's the end of the week, isn't it? I'll be filming tomorrow again, so... Oh, and also, sorry, I didn't get a video out this week. It's just been too much for me with going to the hospital and going to work and things, so I will try and get a video out my usual Tuesday and then this one on the Saturday out as well. Take care, my loves. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.